Hi, I want to show you a cool feature that I really am loving for edcite, especially when it comes to math assessments. So there is a question type that I am excited to show you. We're going to questions. We're going to create a question, and the question type I'm looking for, I'm going to filter by subject and just get the math question types. The one I'm looking for is called the randomized numeric response question type. What this question type does is it will make a different question for every student. So it says create one question type that will be different for every student. Choose the variable, set a range for it, and then set the answer algebraically so the question will grade correctly even though all students see a different problem. So there's no way kids can cheat because every kid will get a different problem and the computer will still grade it for you. All right, so if you like that idea, hit this little star and add it to your favorites, and I'm going to go ahead and create a question so you can see how it works. Okay, looks a little crazy with this default one they have on here, so I'm just going to make one that makes sense. I'm going to say find the complement of now I want to say like a 23-degree angle, a 45-degree angle, a 52-degree angle. I want that to vary. So I'm going to put, instead of a number there, I'm going to put a variable. The way you do that is you have to hit $sign and then the little squiggly brackets, and then you can pick your letter to be your variable. I'll do A, and then I'll close it. So in that spot, a random number will go. Find the complement of a blank degree angle. All right. So now for the answers, I'm going to go into the setting and my allowed answer. Well, the answer, if it's the complement, it needs to be 90 minus whatever that variable is. So that's what I'll type in, 90 minus A. All right, and you can even adjust the margin of error. You can add different answers. Like if it's like a plus or minus, you could add the positive answer and the negative answer. I don't know. There's lots of different options here. And then down here is where you define your variables. So it by default had X and Y, and I used A. So I'm going to change my variable to A. I don't even need a second variable Y, so I'll just delete that. Okay, so A, I need to set the minimum and maximum value. What kind of numbers do I want A to be? Well, if I want it to be an angle that has a complement, I need it to be probably something between 0 and 90. I don't know if it'd be that interesting to do like 0 degrees. So maybe I'll stick with the minimum value of 2. And I need the maximum value to be more than 9, maybe 89, or it could be less than that. I mean, you're still going to get a ton of possible choices for your answer or for your question. You can exclude numbers that might not work. So in certain situations, you might only want square numbers, or I don't know, like you might have to exclude certain things depending on the type of question you're doing. And the precision, I believe that is the unit of measure, so or just the scale that you're using. So it's going to use whole numbers with the difference of 1, like so whole numbers between 2 and 89. All right, I think that is about it, and I'm ready to show you guys a preview of it. So over here, I'm going to hit preview, and the question comes out to be find the complement of a 55-degree angle. Oh, okay, so I can do that. 55 subtracted from 90, okay, that would be a 35-degree angle, and I'll check my answer. Yes, I got it right. So it tells the asked answer, it should be 35 plus or minus 0, so there was no margin of error on this one. And I got 35, so I got it correct. Now when I go back to viewer, you can see, look, the question has changed. Now the question is the complement of a 27-degree angle. So every kid is going to get a different number in their test. So you could take, like what would be really cool is take an existing test that you already use, you put the questions in edcite, and then whenever possible, you could put a variable in for the number, as long as you can like mathematically provide some kind of expression for the answer key. Boom, you have like infinite number of test versions, and that's really what like a lot of teachers have been asking for, is like, how do I prevent kids from cheating, especially when they're at home? We don't know if they're texting their friends, sending pictures, looking stuff up on the internet. Like, I mean, there's always a possibility that they could still be using supports while they're taking the test. But for this question, they kind of need to know that they're going to have to take 90 and subtract that number to get the answer. So they're going to have to use math. I mean, I'm loving this. Let me know what you think. Give it a shot, and I'd love to hear how it works. Thanks very much.